Now, Maka and Navira, the best orps in the server in my mind. Let's get into it though. It's going to be ESL1 Road to Rio, folks. We're into our second map of the series. And energy and camaraderie, morale, it's all high.
An all-time high, some would say.
Let's get into the action then. Heretics starting the CT side, the pick of G2. I'm going to see Hunter with a P250. Two smokes available as well. Unlucky, he is sending it towards middle. He is going to have a challenge at T-spawn. He isn't backing down. He's the one receiving damage here. And towards lower is where G2 will head.
All right. I'm ready. Are you?
So ready.
Thank goodness.
5 to the Kevlar for Heretics. No diffuse kits or utility. Just bear that in mind.
Oh, this is going to be a tough one for Hunter. He's got the P250 armor, so if they lose this to this perfect setup, baited in, he gobbles it up. They're actually committing to be on this. And Kenny's lost the bomb already. This is a dream start for the CT side. They've got Navira on the boxes. He's opted for the burst. He won't last long. This round is all hanging on Amanek if he gets them both. Oh my lord, the 360 from XMS for survival.
Well, they're back into the round now. It wasn't the cleanest entrance, but they'll certainly take it. 2 versus 2, USPs and both players of G2 here. Maka coming in from the window. He's got a great angle here if he commits, but obviously Amanek has been covered by Nexa. And he's trying to get his way through. Spotted now, Amanek doesn't flinch.
Time ticking. Theo finds the angle. Maka's already found one, but Amanek, he's on for 4 here.
Okay, remember.
And that time's getting real close now. Keo needs this frag. He's just playing it perfectly, surviving round the Rosie. I'm not sure he's got time. He doesn't. Keo's going to have to Scarpa, and no kit. It's G2's round. It goes right down to the wire.
As you'd expect after the first map showing, I'm going to see Kiyoshima survive at least 100 HP. He'll have armor going forward, but this looked like a round for Heretics. This moment still wasn't clean. He was getting the 2 frags here. Took that final bullet of the Glock. The bomb goes down, and Amanek, he's the hero of the round as well. Ring around the Rosie and the B-bomb site, and it will be just 1 second separating Kiyoshima there from success. Do they want to force buy? Keo can drop or buy a scout for himself and a helmet. Very conservative approach so far, so not forcing. Going to be buying up next round.
Yeah, they need to stay away from that cycle they found themselves in the early stages of Nuke, right? I know they're starting on the CT side here, but double AWPs in the hands of Navera and the likes of Maka. We've already seen positive signs on the first map, so that would be the priority if I was the in-game leader of this squad.
This could work out for a couple of kills. Pop flash onto long and send your SMGs, or rather, excuse me, your pistols into the SMGs, and that's exactly what's happened. And looks like the outcome is as expected. Next are forced to reload, but Jax is there to back him up. So it's a quick one. Respect to Heretics for making their eco round a relatively condensed piece. Not dragging that one out. Admittedly, that's usually the T sides, but now we do see G2 2-0. And I was wondering what's going to happen after buying 4 SMGs in the first. It does mean that you've got 3 going up against the M4s and AWPs.
Yeah, they can be quick right now. It is the glass cannon of Maka. He literally just has the AWP, so hitting shots is simple as that, I guess.
What he does best.
Oh, good opening pick. They did take the eco in the second round, and Jack's down to 3 HP. Yeah. Double grenades land perfectly. 5 on 4, but maybe not for long here. Trying to get towards the pit. He's only got the MP7, so not really much he can do from this spot. But at least he's alive.
Yeah, and the bomb's on its way towards the top of B tons. They've got a player there. Hunter as well pushed through.
This is important if they do end on the B bomb side. It'll be harder for Maka to retake, and we can see that there's also no diffuse kit in play here. Limited utility remaining.
If Keo had a smoke, I'd have loved to have seen him, you know, molly car, smoke the... I just said Keo, excuse me, I got completely screwed over there. That was the Jax SMG that got down to 3. He's still in pit. He only has the Molotov. I was suggesting he could try and keep the CTs on A. They have 3 Ts now in towards the tons. So they have managed to regroup. XMS and Avira look like they're about to be tested.
Well. 45 seconds remaining. A B play looking very likely. And we have got XMS at the back of B. They'll have just the M4. Drops the incendiary to reposition. So things looking great here. Hunter presumably taken down the likes of Kiyoshima, but does get the kill in his favor. But Maka struck at the same time. They'll finish up towards B. 2 players here. And a bit of a split from Hunter towards middle. So a contact play. As soon as they get spotted, that's when they'll commit. And this could work out with the first. Are they ready for XMS? Oh, definitely not. Bomb goes down, and so does the round. Hunter, a chance to get another kill.
He can win this. Oh. XMS.
That's a 1 versus 1 in the end.
Yeah, he reacted very quickly. They won't save the AWP, and they definitely won't have an AWP. So this is where it gets a little bit troublesome if you are on the side of Heretics here. Maka got a very clean opening, right? He wasn't even contested whatsoever.
Yeah.
I don't think Kenny was ready for that type of a swing.
I don't think anyone was, because remember, they took the eco in the second round, a full eco, enabling to get an early AWP on the third, not anticipated at all. And for good reason, that's very rare. And we'll see Heretics pick up the round. But as Chad mentioned, no AWP going forward up against 4 AK-47s and Galil. Huge advance for G2 in round number 4 here. What's the setup? Heretics have 2 towards long. Maka alone towards A with just a FAMAS. So they need to come up with a novel idea how they can get a bit of an edge. And Kirishima thinks he's found it. He's gone in towards long doors. That's a lot of pressure relief. They can now just have one player there with the shadow advantage in long doors. MP9 just looking for that one kill.
Flash and the nade do significant work. It's Maka with that FAMAS. He's hoping to catch them in that off angle, but if he continues to peek into this, I just see his head being blown off by that AK. 2 of them there. And he seizes that opportunity, but Jack's very quick to strike. Now they'll slow down. They've got 60 seconds, but they've taken an advantage early.
So, Maka removed. G2's chances looking great. Pretty much the entirety of their manpower towards shorts, and they've got the smokes ready for flashes as well. Remember, no AWP on the CT side is normally the biggest discussion point, and Namadek just offers himself up for free there, but he has confirmed 2 towards middle at least, and that's going to be vital information. Jax knows where XMS is. Doesn't quite convert the kill, but as good as. Down to 22 HP with the Molotov there as well. XMS will have to run through. Actually only gets 1 tick of damage, so they might not be aware that he's actually got through towards the A round. This could work out for XMS. He's got the first kill at least.
Yeah, Hunter's not ready for this at all. And neither are the rest. Kenny's got a very quick reaction on him, though. And that's his second kill, both of which have been in this round. Keo, he was all the way along this whole time. And now trying to get across. It looks like an impossible task. A smoke will aid him, but he will be hunted down. The spray's good. Now he just needs the rifle, and he's found one. Does he have a kit? He does now. He could just hold this. Look at the plant. He's going to be slightly vulnerable. Okay, so he's faked it for the frag, and Nexa collects. Thought for a second he had a safe defuse angle, but not to be.
Yeah, that was a good effort there from Kirishima. He makes it run expensive at least, but the problem is they're pretty much full eco going forward. Huge round for them to give up. That's going to be the 4th in favor of G2. 3-1 in total, and presumably the full eco, because in terms of lost bonus, they get $2,400 on the CT side, which is a buy considering the money they have right now, but that's if they don't spend a single dollar. Presumably that's what happens, and indeed it is. And Kenny S looking for the B crosses. Just 1 spotted and tagged. That's XMS. And he spotted 1 go back as well. So Kenny probably does call for them to commit. They don't go in.
Oh, interesting. I thought that would be enough. He's knocked XMS's shoes off. He's going to have to play the rest of this round with bare feet. But he has got his squad. They don't judge him for his choices. And
he might have Hobbit feet.
Molotovs. I've always wanted, you know, that's a weird insight into my childhood.
You've always wanted to look at someone's Hobbit feet.
I was always just jealous of Hobbit's feet, Chad.
I have Hobbit-esque feet.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I look at you with envy when I see them. I see you with your thongs on.
That's
I'm like, damn.
It's only after hours.
Man, that looks good. And so does Hunter and Jax as they're going to collect all of the 4 they gathered up for a meeting. And Navira, he wasn't quite invited. He's going to be the late arrival. There we have it. So G2, 5 left standing, 4 in the round. It's 4-1.
It certainly is, Alex. It's looking quite comfortable for G2, but bear in mind they were 10-1 up in Nuke, and they came down to 16-14. So G2 won't even be comfortable themselves here.
Maybe it's a Kovac thing.
It could be the curse of the Kovac.
Yeah, I didn't realize they had one. It could be a family curse. It's been with them for years.
Yeah, but certainly has been with Nico for years.
You should speak to my mother if you want to hear about curses and spells. Let me tell you.
I have.
You've been explaining the whole system.
I know the entire system. It's a great system.
We'll have to, I think there's a segment there. Maybe tomorrow we'll get into the spells.
There's a podcast there.
Witchcraft. That's true. We actually broke it down on one of the globally offensive podcasts available on Spotify now. Either way, we're back in the round number 6. And we'll see Hunter trying to dissect the middle position. A B split coming in quickly. They picked up the pace. You can see they've fully committed to this with no real default in place, but the CTs are aware of it. Baiting out that shot towards CT spawn. Lucky, given the tumultuous task of trying to push through. What a grenade that was. That's about over 100 damage.
And Lucky's still pushing through all of this. Kenny will be opting for tunnels, but XMS, the crossfire's strong. It's not strong enough. They managed to withhold the first. Kenny's caught in tons. Mac has got a way in. and a big one. He actually opts for the AWP for the retake, which I consider to be quite the ambitious choice. Let's not forget no kits.
He's gone for the M4 again. Back to the AWP. Nexa thought he had that frag, but it wasn't meant to be, and it will be another one for Heretics. 4-2.
I think they're also expecting Maka to come through tunnels with the AWP, which would have locked them into positions anyway. So pushing forward to the fight was preemptive. This is a great round from Heretics here. The fact that they walk away with 3 alive, that is very important because now they can drop across rifles to the likes of XMS and Nevera. And they'll be able to now get a better buy. Diffuse kits, at least 1. I think we'll see getting purchased on up here. The double op setup won't be able to come through just yet. And on the side of things, well, the plant for G2 means that they should be in buy range as well. So we will see another gun round coming to fruition right here. They have plenty of cash. They're taking a timeout to talk through their options. I just got 6,800 or is it 8,800?
What's the long spawn situation?
It's not bad. They got 3 of them.
Yeah, 3 players roughly there.
Oh, Rush, we didn't ask. What prediction do you have? I know we've already played 6 rounds. You could just pick a score line.
I think I'd go with Heretics.
No, pick a score line.
Oh, the score line thing. I do like Alex's. That's pretty good. I would say
22-19.
I'll go a bit further. 24-22.
Well, that can't be the
How would
scoreline.
they
It'd
win
have
the
to be.
game?
It'd have to be 25.
When it gets to a certain point, honestly, I got no idea. It tells me in the heart.
You could have said any number, and you went for the one you don't know how it works.
Dude, 3 and 4.
Stick with the 16, Rush. We were working with 16 most of our lives.
I just pressed the
Anything but
buttons,
that
man.
would have been fine.
I'm just here to catch some frags, hopefully.
Yeah, keep catching him, Rush. You're doing a good job, mate. You're doing a great job.
Still,
Sorry about that, guys.
as the dust settles, the rug pulled from underneath us, we will see the usual procedures taken by the T side. They're going to just flash off and Molotov the closed doors position, not to get caught as they set up on short. Hey, remember that one. Still no blood drawn. Kenny jiggling on that tight line. He plans to flash him in.
Grenade always such a nuisance in that spot, but luckily they don't take a massive amount of damage there. But that one, oof, maybe a little bit different. About the same. And will be Jax down to 75 here. Maka, impressive on the road to Rio, one of the biggest names in the European division. Another grenade towards shore. They really are getting wrecked on this side.
Oh, that's going to hurt.
All 3 grenades successful, doing substantial damage there. 45 seconds. I think that is going to limp in towards A with the execution with a couple of smokes and suggesting they're going for the mid split here. There will be 1 player to leap on out. That's going to be Dominic. There's 3 players watching him right now, so see if his teammates can do anything about it. It's all a ruse for Jax to jump down. This is looking much better, but there's the Orpa Maka. We know he's good.
And so is Keo. He's got another. They've got 25 seconds. The pivot towards B could be a possibility.
I think they save right now. 20 seconds. I felt you might just be better off saving the AKs.
Yeah, they're backing away. Maka can't believe his luck. He's going to lose his AWP, but doesn't feel quite lucky now. But that's the commitment. 9 seconds. Amanek, he's got 2 kills. He doesn't have time for the plant. They want the kill. Oh my God, it could have happened.
It really could have done
But
it.
it's still gone. Oh, XMS survives with just 16 HP. They nearly actually won it without the plant.
Damn. That was kind of wild towards the end there. It was looking so good for G2, but
wow.
they do get all the kills. Their money won't be great, but that's the same story for Heretics as well. There's surely a tactical timeout. Kiyoshima fends them off from the short position, but this is where things got a little bit spicy. You can see 7 seconds remaining. There was actually time to kill him as well. 1 more bullet would have done it, and we get into a very interesting round. You don't see many of these.
I'm surprised we didn't see G2 go for the full-on force here.
I agree.
They should have a lot more strategies going on than what Heretics would. They must have a fast pocket strat. It's their map choice. They're allowing Heretics here to steady, to build a bit of a bank. So they're hoping to do some damage. The flash, it's not great. He will go down. So they got the AWP for Kenny. This round now, it has legs.
It does. Well, he's tagged Nevera. First AWP bullet from the recovered AWP, and it's already found some damage. Smart to boost up the low HP player. He'll be playing a headshot angle, so that low HP less of a issue.
Long doors again for Kiyoshima. Seen him there a couple of times. Bit of a stalemate between him and Nexa. XMS, I like this angle. It's off the side of the box instead of being fully committed. Gives him a bit more vision.
Yeah, he'll be taking that fight much sooner than typical. Oh, Wow, and
That's
Nexa,
huge.
yeah.
That's huge.
That's going to be a rifle available, but more importantly, now only 3 CTs across the entirety of Dust 2.
And this round has so many implications attached to it, because if they give this one up, which they might not do, where's the trade? Oh, it's the MP9 that actually fends off A. They might
lose.
Retreat at this stage, and
They
that's
could all
go
go
towards
long.
middle.
They could all go long. Nexa had control, but he hasn't pushed on out.
Oh, the damage from Navira. He's been holding this pretty damn well this entire time. Now crossing back, he'll eventually fall. Kenny, with 19 seconds, G2, they're going to have to hurry up. I'm getting nervous for them.
Well, bear in mind, we know the MP9's towards CT spawn. He got a kill before, but surely he won't get more.
Uh-oh, Molly's perfect. He just burns, trying to take that fight. It could not have been more calculated from Nexa, and they are planting with, and I'm not exaggerating, 1 second to spare.
3-on-1.
Wow.
Still possible for XMS. 2 low HP players. G2 gave up a 1-on-3 on Nuke. And this one will be converted. 5-3 is a huge round. Look at the money now on the CT side.
That's the bin juice.
Yep, that's as bad as it gets. You're pretty much committed to this one. You might as well buy because you get 1,900 on top of it. That's still, even with a fully go ahead, nowhere near enough to buy. So you might as well just invest. Lucky he's already done so. And this is where things get really out of hand for Heretics.
That Maka aggressive push, it looked like something that would be super, super viable against a gun round, but just losing that AWP really was the downward spiral. It was so easily retrievable.
I don't think he even had head armor there either, because you saw how quickly he got aim punched straight into B. XMS could do something dirty with the deagle. There's one. Converts the second with the tag. Oh, okay, Amanek, he's bailed them out here.
Has he, though? I mean, goodness. The damage is really already done. There's so many weapons now lying on the site. Jax is going to be responsible for the flank. It should be fine. And is. Maka, nice clean kill onto him.
Kiyoshima has been very impressive with the Deagle today. His new plays were superb. Oh, Kenny, I don't like this plant.
Watch him just bop his head off.
They know where he is now. So, crisis presumably averted. Kiyoshima will still have 94 HP. Looking to make this a 1 versus 1, then he might have a real chance. But every second that goes past, he's suddenly going to have much more of a difficult chance. And we'll see Jax close things out, 6-3. And as we mentioned, money's still going to be pretty broken for them. So that's going to be 7-3, presumably.
Yeah, just a potential partial on the cards here, but for Lucky and Keo, it doesn't sound likely whatsoever. This is how it started, XMS. Wow, he did manage to stop the push, and Amanek did his best to get that back going, and Jack's finishing off there with the final frag. They even able to scavenge across the AWP for Kenny S. So this is a great looking round here from G2 Esports.
Nice move from Navera to get across. And they're going aggressive. They want to just take these USPs, have a look up middle. He's actually hiding in the Xbox smoke as well. This could be punishing for Hunter. Could be the AK, could very well lose all of that utility he's worked so hard for. That's the Molotov to deny any of that threat, and it works out wonderfully.
Still on the full eco. CT's trying to cause some damage if possible. 2 towards short, and we have got Hunter. He'll be looking towards those double doors. He'll have a couple to deal with as well. So presumably the swing comes in, trying to make things as expensive as possible. And here it comes from the double doors. Kenny has to try and fend them off. You can see it's getting awkward. They don't do too well in these anti-ecos, but looks like they should be fine. Kenny has to close things out there. A nice coordinated swing from Heretics, but ultimately 7-3 now in favor of G2. Money is there for Heretics, but I don't think they can even bring out an AWP. Maka will go for it, but he's not necessarily glass cannon, but good as smoke, AWP, and just basic Kevlar here.
About time for Maka to try and make the play again. Find an opening for the Heretics. He caught Kenny, the first AWP he pulled out, and now again, XMS losing his shoes. Can't find him. Constantly knocked off his feet by Kenny S as he crosses. Down to 50 before he even gets to start playing. This is very aggressive. I like this. It should be. Jax actually managed to duck under the crosshair, and now, realizing his mistake, they tuck back. If they just catch the flash hit, that will be a lot of space given. They will be looking towards Keo now. He doesn't get the first frag, but now he's all alone, so isolated. And in the smoke, they'll find him. Nexa onto Keo.
Huge pickup here for G2, and we'll see if they can be answered back. Maka down to 43. A lot of attention towards his position of the car now. It's made of paper mache, this vehicle. A lot of bullets can be sent through it. Even the Glock can wall bang that one.
It looks like a clown car. It's comically small.
It is tiny, isn't it? I'm not sure even a model of the CT could fit in there.
In towards B. That's where they want to try and fit.
XMS to see this position. He's actually up on top this time. First kill goes against him. Navera, he'll need at least 2 to even consider going for this. Oh, that's not the way to do it.
Oh, damn it.
He must, like, I do that at times. I've got, like, my pistol bounce by mouse 4. If I whack it into the keyboard, my low sends, the pistol gets drawn. I'm just like, well, definitely dead now.
You look really hyper-confident.
I've felt that death before.
Yeah, it's never a fun way to go down, and neither is that. That's a clean G2 Esports round. They are starting to warm into this T side. You can see why they picked it as their map. And with the T side working so wonderfully, you can see Nexus flourishing as well. Him alongside as Jax and Amanek have broke into the teens. Are on their way there.
It only takes 1 round, boys. Don't get me back on my soapbox. Don't get me back out there.
You don't have to do it this time.
Don't think it's going to be this round necessarily. You have got what? Just... there are Deagles, to be fair. It's not a absolutely bizarre idea. They could be causing some damage here. G2, certainly quite volatile in these sort of rounds.
Yeah, just look at the last time. They really did look like Kenny dug them out of a bit of a problem there. And that was just against the USPs. Nexa and Keo, they've been having this constant standoff. I don't know how either of them have got the patience. They just have to stand there. It's a crucial part of the game. If Nexa does go down, that's the bomb.
Well, that tells me if you have your in-game leader as the outside long anchor, that you've really prepped the remainder of your squad, right? You are real deep in terms of theory and prep, because if the in-game leader is the anchor, he can't see the action. He's trusting his teammates to do a good enough job, and it's the same mid-door pincer yet again. They want to try and take Hunter out of the equation here. And they've managed to do that. It is a 4-on-4. Damage has been done across the board to Lucky and Maka.
Yeah, well, just to check in on the Nexa Keo standoff, by the way. They still have, neither of them have moved. Amanek has got full B control. The bomb's not with them, and doesn't know where that shot came from.
I'm a little bit worried about this round. It doesn't feel quite right. Something bizarre could be brought forward. They've got 3 players towards this double draw position. Kenny S, he'll find him through it.
He's going to lose the AWP if Keo finds him.
Yeah, this is Kiyoshima looking pretty good for a kill, but bear in mind Kenny's on the T-spawn boxes. Bomb making his way in towards B now, so probably no danger of losing the round, but Kiyoshima is encroaching on him. He's coming in for a T-spawn, and Kenny has to just the nick of time here. Probably gets the kill, not quite.
Oh, that was nerve-wracking. They've got an AK and an AWP on their back.
Why haven't they planted?
It's a bit of a weird one. Like, you know you're up against pistols. Kenny's just going for kill after kill there. Like, you've given them an AWP and an AK. Sure, you're going to win the round, but these are the sort of mistakes that come back to haunt you. You're going to give Maka an AWP for free now.
That's true, and they could even opt to try and bring out the double AWP setup, because the loss bonus in the next round is going to be 3,400, so they can buy everything they need. And when we said 1 round, 9-6, that's still on the cards right here for Heretics. They can still get a very, very sizable amount of rounds on the board, and then when we flick on over, well, we say it every single time, pistol round, and they could be right back in this. Now remember, this is the map pick of G2. It is map number 2, and they take this one, they will be heading forward to face Vitality, who were waiting for them in the lower bracket final.
G2, once again, a fantastic first half, but sometimes can be a little bit misleading. They are not in perfect form right now. Had some oopsies this week, lost to North with Yumpy playing their coach instead of Kiabi. It was 2-0 as well. And playing against the coaches seems to be a bit of a curse for G2 over the Summit in 2019. They lost to Mouse Sports with Ragin within the mix. And that was in the grand final. Really not a good time to drop the ball.
Yeah, it's the mindset of a game you can't lose. And I think that really gets to them.
There definitely is excuses to be made there and reasons why it fell apart. But still, it's not going to feel good at happening twice.
No, certainly not. And then, I mean, we heard Carlos Ocelot, founder of G2, giving us his insight, saying as long as we're not playing against a coach, we've got a pretty good chance.
That was against Astralis, right? He's like, well, God, if someone comes on the server, we could be in trouble there, boys. Just hoping he's not.
Hold up a second, boys.
Typing here, Green, and there's no damage being inflicted. What's Graham Pitt saying?
Nivera is very static.
He's crashed.
It looks like Nivera's not with us anymore.
Okay. Rush, you got any fun questions you have for us, or any fun stories you want to tell us?
Fun questions or stories?
Yeah, you got anything?
One time this thing happened, right? And I couldn't believe it.
Well, tell us about Minecraft. How's Minecraft been going since we last checked in?
Minecraft's been great. I've been working on my village a lot. Maybe
a village now?
Well, I moved into a village. I kind of was just chilling out in there.
Are there villagers in the village?
Yeah, big time.
Did
they
you
all
know
have
about
jobs
this,
as well.
There's villagers?
Yeah, so this is this whole complex thing that I'm on the periphery of.
Okay.
I'm slightly aware
I'm glad
of.
that you're keeping up to date with what the kids
I'm
are
here
doing.
to keep Rush, have a friend in the Minecraft realms.
Okay.
So these villagers, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Rush, but the villagers, you have to like trade with them and keep them like happy and feed them the right meats.
Not so much that stuff. You just have to trade with them, and then they get pretty happy. They give you little emeralds, and then you can use the emeralds to buy other things within the village. And I made my village look all neat and tidy. Fixed
you
all the
tidied up
paths.
for them?
I put a wall around it.
Harry's done some tidying up recently too. Did you hear about that, Rush?
No, I didn't. I don't believe it, to be honest. But
Well, he didn't have a choice really in the matter, but I do believe that's been covered on off. What else we got?
In terms of updates from our life, there really isn't much going on apart from this
all we
broadcast.
do is
I
this
know,
broadcast, and then we
trying
go to bed.
I'm trying to see, reach into the depths and see if I have any stories.
I haven't lived anything but Counter-Strike for 2 months straight. I don't have any life experience stories left.
Yeah, but you've lived a couple years, man.
I have had
you
a
got
few
some
years.
stuff.
That's true.
You got some nuggets in there. We always say save the gold. Well, now's the time to definitely get the miner's hat on out.
When I'm really trying to keep my brain active, when these graphics come up, this is some fun info for you. I try and add up the accumulative total of their frags.
You're trying to do maths.
Yeah, well, usually I don't say it out loud. I don't have that kind of confidence, but I do try. It keeps it keeps me focused.
A combined total of
exactly.
723
Sometimes,
ADR.
right? Sometimes
Unbelievable.
I'm getting really cocky at the moment. I used to. When it was like 2 players with 25 left, I'd go 50 health between them. Now, though, I'm getting a bit too big for my
It's
boots.
not worth it, is it?
I'm sitting there and I'm
Sometimes.
going like 26, 13, that's... if it was 14, that's so tough. And it just gets real, or could you hear that little dramatic pause? So yeah, watch out for me and my maths. It's not my strong suit. Never has been.
So let's do this. Here we go. He crashed again when he's rejoined, so we still have to deal with the whole Nevera situation, but we'll get the game back underway as soon as possible. Now, if you guys were to have children, which I'm well aware you don't, what would you name them? You thought about any names?
First,
Probably
if it's a
Kenny.
boy, Jason.
Kenny, yes.
Kenny S?
Yeah.
You'd call your kid Kenny S?
Not
Middle
even
name.
Kenny, just straight up
no,
Kenny
middle
S.
name S.
S, okay.
Yeah.
Kenny, middle
Kenny
name
S. Richardson.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's inspired.
What did you actually say? You actually gave a proper answer.
I went for
there.
Jason, and Jason O'Toole will be the godfather.
Oh, no, that's lovely.
Just to have that
Would the
all
middle
set
name
up.
be Creamy or?
Maybe, just to be a complete arse about it. Yeah.
Sorry, this is the parent-teacher evening. Nice to meet you, Mr. Greer. I noticed your child's middle name is Creamy. You're getting a lot of abuse from it, from the other kids in the class.
It was a joke originally, but it has ruined his life, and we're here to talk about that.
Right,
so.
and you're telling me that was a colleague of yours that had a cream pie on his face once. You made a meme and have named your child after the meme.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, Mr. Greer, could you please go to the
classmates
principal's
with
office?
Kenny S. Richardson, a bit of a troublemaker, I believe.
Oh, he's a real pipsqueak, that one.
And let's get into round 13. Thank you for bearing with us in our nonsense, as we are starting to lose our minds. It's been a long old day for a lot of people in Counter-Strike, especially the likes of Vitality, as we're going towards B. Flashbang deployed, XMS eats it, and Heretics now to defend. He needs to get at least one more kill. They don't seem to know he's there right now. The Flashbang will give him his spot, and Kenny S will take care of business.
Yeah, great
That's
work.
save.
Just like that, they're going to be forced to save. It's interesting. I was going to mention it after the timeout, then it took forever. But after the fact that they had a full default, 40 seconds, no damage taken, and then Nevera DC'd, I was like, imagine if you just call a fast strat straight out of the gate on the reset. And they did. They just go at fast B, straight out of the long pause. That's going to get under your skin as a team.
Yeah, well, look, when this kind of stuff goes down on a LAN environment, no one's allowed to have a chat. You have to sit there very, very quiet. Obviously, things are different with the online landscape, and they'll be talking through, yep, you're coming back in, no dramas now. All right, this is the approach we were going with. Well, G2 are able to shake that and throw that right out the window and put the 10th round on the board here. So this half is looking very, very good for them. They don't need to hunt, but they are getting closer and closer. Lots of money in the bank balance, so there's no dramas if they're giving away kills here. A 10 will be on the board. Flash on through the door, see if anybody's home. And he'll hit the tag, but that's about it. Nothing else to write about, and Maka will carry the AWP forward. So we need to see them start getting involved. Opening duels is currently 8-5 in favor of G2. That's nothing wild. It seems pretty down the middle, but it's the multi-kill rounds, which is where we're really starting to get out of control here. G2 up 17 to the 7 of Heretics, and Maka has been a star for these guys throughout. He's only sitting on 6 kills to his name.
Yeah, he's really going to have to shine brightly if they're going to stand a chance. This is not looking good. The pick of G2, they've already got Nuke under their belts. Sure, it was a closely contested game, but G2 were a 10-1 in the lead, so they were always destined to pick it up. And Dust 2, looking very good. Maka stands up, he's going down, but he's gone for the wallbang instead and finds Kenny S' head. It's going to be a 5-4.
That's a perfect play from Maka. He knows the way the tier 1 AWPers like to be set up now because he's there. He's fighting in this very same environment. Catches Kenny just like that. Don't even get to see Maka before he draws blood. Very reminiscent of Nuke. 10 rounds again for G2. Last 2 clawed back by Heretics. That was how it went down. We ended up seeing a full 30 rounds of play.
Certainly did. Could happen again. We're on track for a similar flight path here.
Yeah, and let's not forget, double digits for T-sides is not uncommon.
No,
Run
certainly
boost. Ooh, and look how fast he goes up.
Sick
Good
movement.
grief, Hunter.
Really sick.
He had that velocity, and he quite literally ran with it. He's opened up the site. He very well may have opened up the round.
Yeah, we should try and get a replay of that, just so you can appreciate the skill of that particular play. That was all by design. He knows there's always an AWP towards short. Bid out that shot, and you have that sort of kind of open runway towards the A site. Yeah, he knew exactly what he was doing there.
So normally with the run boost, right, we see them just go across the screen. He's circle jumped around the corner. So he's appeared for a second on Maka's screen, and then he's come around the corner right into his face. He was assuming he had a couple of seconds there to back off, and well, that's been ripped away in round number 11. This is where it's dire for Heretics. They need to post the last round. They have to.
Yeah, that's potentially player of the day there. Just in terms of the skill demonstrated with that sort of movement and the way he pulls it off with such assertion as well, that was really quite beautiful. That's Hunter getting all 3 kills. XMS and Navira to survive, but that's a great one to pick up.
Yeah, and it's interesting that that starts with one of Maka's tricks. Yeah, you get to see Kenny's POV, but I'm more interested in Maka's. A straight wallbang, how does he line it up? So he looks at the boost, no one comes. Does he just...
He can just about see it.
He can. Just the very tippy top of Kenny S's haircut, visible over the top of the box. He does punish it. Followed, however, by a stunning run boost that what really has translated into an 11th, maybe even a 12th. Let's find out. They've got the full buy.
Well, they've got a pretty decent balance CT side considering they saved 2 weapons again. Deeper smoke towards middle.
Oh, wow.
And you can see them using the CT smoke as well to create a wall. That's some
wild.
top-tier stuff. You can create a path to CT spawn and focus on the crossover. Maka gets Kenny here. Indeed, he does. He'll take the first bullet, but he always had the advantage in terms of the angle.
Yeah, left eye for Kenny. Does well to pull the trigger first.
Well, they won't get away with the same trick this time round, and they don't need to because Maka's a little bit more passive this time. Back over towards the car position. With all 4 of them already locked in towards Cat, they could just go for a real quick A execute here with a minute left on the clock. I'm not sure if Heretics would be ready for that. They're fanned out, 2 towards B, 1 in CT spawn, 1 hyper-aggressive long. So they have to play retake unless Maka wants to stand, fight, and deliver.
It looks like it gives the AXX. Smoke's indicating, flashes as well. Maka flashed off, and they've actually dropped 2 down. He'll get the first. Lucky's got the second. They've locked it down perfectly. Just Nexa and Hunter. This last round does look like it's all good for Heretics. They've got 5 left standing as the T's limp their way into the site.
Yeah, not really much they can do here. 2 versus 5, but they'll give it a good go. It's the final round of play. Looking for 12-3. Very unlikely they get it, but if they do, it will be absolutely astonishing. Hunter towards short. 100 HP on Nexa.
Could be amazing. Oh, God, if he goes for the CT flank.
It would be filthy, actually.
It's being watched. It's being watched, thankfully. But maybe, no, it doesn't matter. He's only going to get the first. Nexa, he's been given a 1v4. And it's not going to be easy. Lucky confirms it. Heretics will take it, but there was a moment there where it could have been a disaster. Heretics, they needed the 4th, and the defuse confirms it. 11-4. G2 going to the defense with 11 rounds. They need just 5. We'll see if they can do so and survive here in the lower bracket when we return. Gamers in the server, gamers at the desk, gamers on the production sticks, and gamers watching the gamers produced
2.
by the gamers with Gamers 2.
There you go.
And we're off to a banging start. XMS has found the head of Jax. He's gaming, that's for sure. And now a response just popping up like a positive groundhog with a smile on his face. He does get one. It's a 3v2. He got pressure to deal with on Lucky as well. And my God, Hunter, he's actually managed to handle all of it. Nexa will get it. It started with a Heretics frag, and it ends with a G2-12.
Well, XMS is leading the way here in terms of kills, 15 to his name. And if you don't remember XMS, he retired a couple years ago. He's obviously come back
LDLC,
since.
right? Most notoriously.
And when I think he had a stint in Envy.
Yes, he did. Yeah,
so
like kind of one of the unknown French teams that didn't really do too much towards the end, right?
Yeah, and XMS as a player, he has a lot of similarities, not personality-wise, but in the server to Jax. He is an individual who's very good at finding those opening kills, very good aim. But here today, he shouldn't be the one carrying the team. It should be Maka stepping on up. We've been saying such good things about him up until this point. Maybe this is too much too soon from the Heretics. They've only really splashed onto people's peripheries in the last, month.
And getting to the playoffs of the Road to Rio event is incredible.
They get themselves a chunk of points here as well, so they can put themselves in
because they start on 0, right, Chad? They had nothing coming into this.
So Heretics are one of the teams who came in. Obviously, we had the minors, which were meant to be going on down. They had to be scrapped to make do with this new format that we're looking for with everybody playing online, and that's how they were able to get their foot in the door. And since they've just been impressing time after time.
Well, this is the full ego Kenny S with a very aggressive flashbang. Guarantees himself a couple of kills. Here's the AWPer, and it's the Glock. Unfortunately, takes him down.
The $1,200 SMG there, the UMP.
Wasn't it 14?
Don't get me started. Don't.
No, it is 1400.
I Googled it to make sure.
What, didn't Henry? Okay, never mind.
I think I might have been wrong there.
Oh, okay.
So it's
all right, we solved it.
It's world first. Alex wanted to rub it in my face on the
which I appreciate.
I know it's getting late, boys.
Well, we're at each other's throats now. Watch out, folks. But it does seem it's all clear. Nexa will clean up. Just Lucky with an unarmored MP9. And there it is. Another $600 found. Amanek collects. And he's happy to do so. It's 13-4. They've got everything they need to close this one out cleanly. But I've been watching a lot of Counter-Strike recently.
Seems unlikely, doesn't it?
I know. I'm going to say this one has got at least another 10 rounds in it.
Okay. So just with this victory right here, if G2 are able to pick this one up, they will be in the top 4, right? They'll be in the top 4 of the tournament because it'll be Vitality, G2, Astralis, and FaZe remaining. And they'll add on, at least 1,300 RMR points, plus their 180 as Nivera. He maybe wants to have something to say about that. Hunter actually gets away with this. They find a kill in transition, and Jax wants more!
No, that's a colossal dismantling of the entire Heretics side. They've only got 2 players left, and nice work. Lucky can win it.
Here we go.
He can turn it around, turn it on a dime.
B's
from
open,
2v5. B is now open. Lucky has done enough to give the 2 of them a chance. This was a 2 versus 5. Mac has been silent. Now he has to be loud if they want a chance to win this one.
So far away as well. I think Heretics did enough here. A 5-on-2.
No.
They actually have the advantage, if you ask me. The AWP set up towards tunnels. They just need 1 kill. It's back to a 2-on-2.
I say this all the time, but there's no kit.
There is no kit.
You're actually right.
And they've flashed.
They've lost it.
Oh my God, G2. They're talking about the save already. Kenny's got the AWP. If he commits, no, another frag. Jax goes down.
Terrible.
Kenny to save 2 versus 5?
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
They love giving these rounds up, don't they? They're their favorite ones to give away. The 5-on-3s.
I'm not sure. What happened when they had the mid to B? I blinked and I missed it. Lucky had 2 kills.
Lucky just was strafing out, gets the first. The trade was attempted, and he got that too.
Okay, well, I was getting a bit ahead of myself, and I think maybe G2 were as well. So now they have to ask themselves some questions. Do they want to take a save? 3 individuals, Nexa, Amanek, and Jax can all buy, but Kenny definitely can't. This was just was a desperate push that he had to go for, and he converted. So Lucky did more than he was asked for.
Exactly what happened on Nuke, though. They lock in these rounds. They guaranteed on the CT side. Instead of playing the bomb sites and just ringing it in, everyone's super active for kills and just thinking, let's just close it out. They're just looking for hunted kills, and yeah, this is now where it could go to overtime again. Like, this is where G2, they lose those 1-on-3s, etc. They'll tilt, and they're going to force into it as well.
Okay, that was a very late call. Amanek can still buy, but he has a P250, which was leading me towards him not buying. What? Okay, Amanek's leaving with 3350 in the bank balance. I'm
Guess he can drop
very
the AWP
I guess
for
you can-
Kenny.
Yeah.
I guess. But
Or
not
himself.
for a while.
He likes his AWP himself these days.
Sure, but it's only 1900 loss bonus in the next round, so
Yeah.
they lose this one.
Oh, there it is.
Now he's got the foot. Okay, so this is actually a very interesting turn of events. Lucky again with a unbelievable clutch. About the same time in the game that the nuke one came through. You could argue it was a bit later this time, but either way, it's happened. And again, it's shaken the CTs. Again, it could give an avenue to Heretics. And he's actually playing beside that Molotov.
No.
He's going to get forced into the fight. He's lucky there's no one there. And speaking of Lucky, Lucky now in the server as well.
So they've
Huge
gamble
frags.
stacked, right? They have 4 over towards A right now. They only have 1 B, but he's not even holding B. He's just out towards mid to B. Flush will come through. Nothing on the other end.
Lots of damage inflicted. It's looking great for the Heretics. They don't have to commit to anything just yet. There's still 70 seconds. We'll see the weapon swapped out, given the damage Nexa has taken.
If they go A, this is great. G2 have done a really good stack here. And it looks like they want to go back towards long. So this will be Jax towards the pit with the M4.
He's actually playing the active fight. God, such a difficult round for G2 here, and he looks away at the worst possible time. Next time he peeks, 3 players are going to be there. Needs a flashbang right here, right now from his teammates. It's not going to come in. Flash does arrive, but it's a little bit too late, and it will be Hunter to pull one back. Maybe a couple for the CTs here, but there it is. No way Amanek's going to win with a 5-7. Oh, that's all he's going to get. Decent effort, but G2, this is where they will really struggle for the next 2 or 3 rounds. Now's a full investment down to 2K. That save money for Amanek doesn't really do a whole lot for him. I guess going forward, they can bring out an AWP, but Heretics right back in this game. The scoreline might not suggest it, but this is a T-sided map, and G2 had a chance to close things out and dropped the 2-on-5 situation. That's really a recipe for disaster, Chad. We've seen it so many times. Those are the sort of rounds that really let them back into it.
Yeah, and now they just are down to the pistols here. So we can see Jax and Amanek have upgraded. The rest are on the USPs.
Did they smoke middle? They did.
They
Okay.
did. So this one here should still be a relatively quick one. The fact that they've already started pushing up towards Cat before this lower dark peaks come in, that could be something. The back of Cat player won't be expecting this.
No, but who do you find? What do you actually profit from this?
Oh, he snuck all the way past here as well.
Looks like it's all good in the end, and maybe there's one that could be the AWP for Amanek if he can somehow get out of this push.
Good
Does
damage.
manage to get another good frag onto XMS. And so, yeah, not bad for an eco. 2 kills, onto the AWPer no less. Lucky's going to try and dispose of that AK-47 in pursuit of the AWP. Hunter's not going to have too much more to contribute here. You can see a beautiful line of blue X's on that catwalk. They managed to keep it symmetrical. But the more time they waste in top middle, worried about Hunter's push, the more Hunter's push could actually find something.
It's hard for him to get into this round. They would have to all leave, I guess, the graveyard of top middle, him to scavenge something better than a USP, and then we can start getting into the discussion. But right now, if he was to come behind them, he would be better off not shooting, right?
Yeah.
I don't see a way that he takes down 3
What about
players.
stabbing?
Well, that's more of a JW-esque approach. I don't think Hunter's prescribing to that, but
Is he disconnected
Navera's
again?
gone, yeah.
There's
oh
no.
no. Okay, well now this becomes doable.
They haven't
Rifle.
planted yet. He's going towards long. He won't deny that plant, but he might be able to catch a player because they haven't got information right now. Kiyoshima, oh, there was a chance that one tap comes in, but he had no armor. It was always going to go down as soon as the bullet hits him. 13-7, G2. There's going to be a pause now regardless, considering that Navera disconnected. So I just confirmed that, Rush. That's what's happened, correct?
Yes, you are correct in that.
Thank you so much. And we'll see G2 with money. A bit more for Hunter, I imagine. He'll be bringing out the rifle. Amanek will drop the AWP for Kenny S. So that's saved money, not in vain.
Just ignore the HUD right now, ladies and gentlemen, while we're waiting
Yes.
for the 5th player to get back in. Can seem relatively confusing. 2 Kenny S's on one side of things, Nexa on the other. Well, they haven't changed teams. It's just a matter of getting our 10th man back in the server here to get this one underway. So
I wouldn't mind 2
with
Kenny
us.
S's on a team, though.
That'd be pretty nice.
I mean, you could build a whole team around 2 Kenny S's.
Well, imagine a Kenny S and a Zywoo.
Okay, well, that's not out of the realms of possibility.
And then you've got, well, Amanek and Jax.
So that's
You know,
pretty
and then-
strong.
And then maybe we just throw like I don't know.
You're trying to build a French super team here?
Well, look, I think they already tried to do that.
They tried
work,
that. I remember talking about that. And then every time I said super team, they ended up not looking too super.
I think they won one event. I think that team with Body, was it a pro league
London,
in
yeah.
Dallas?
League in London.
In London?
Yeah.
Okay, it was the one in London.
I remember the whole crowd, the British crowd, forming the snake.
Wait,
that's a
let's-
cricket game.
Feed the snake.
Feed the
true.
snake.
Yeah.
We can play the hide and seek game again, Rush. We'll close our eyes and you can fly around and we'll guess what part of the map. You ready? You
All
tell
right,
us when to
you
look,
better
Rush.
have them closed.
Yeah,
3,
mine
2,
are
1,
closed, I
go.
promise.
Give me a little bit of time.
Take
Yeah,
your
yeah,
time, bro.
take
Just
your
tell us
time.
when.
I need to find something real.
Because we know Dust too, right? We know it.
Okay, okay. This might be hard. Okay, open.
Long door, blue bin.
Long doors, blue bin.
Oh, it's not, is it? You're very happy with that response. It's not
he
that.
was
I can feel
very
I
it.
happy.
think that is near T-spawn on the right-hand side.
T-spawn on the right
Oh,
hand
no,
side.
wait, near the car in backyard.
Near the car and backyard. Don't know
I'm
where the hell
going
backyard
for-
is, but
That's the back near a site. That's like the back wall of a site.
That's what I think as well. That's my second guess.
Yo!
Yeah, you're right.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
All right, next one, Rush.
all right. Close your eyes.
Okay. Play along at home. Close your eyes as well.
Where can I go? Maybe if I go. What about if?
He's playing with us.
He's really
He's
loving
already
this, isn't
there,
he?
isn't he? He's already there. He's just,
No. This is
I can't close my eyes forever, Rush. I'm getting
hang on.
comfortable now.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
long somewhere. The
It could be a
shutters.
trick. Green box mid. In
Green
middle,
box
we used to
mid.
call it green box. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go
Oh,
with.
so like top, middle, T side?
Yeah.
You might be onto something there. I'll go with long, just to have a different answer.
Long's a pretty big area of the map.
Just along the walls of long on the left-hand
Just
side.
along the walls, along
Okay.
on the left
That's all I've
side.
got.
Well,
Uncanny.
Okay, all
that was a
right.
tricky one.
We
One
got
more?
another one in us, yeah.
All right. Close them.
Okay, closed.
Are they closed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
promise.
Got nothing to gain by cheating.
Well,
You know, valuable life lesson for everyone now.
You're only cheating yourself.
it's pretty hard.
Rush, you got to talk to the viewer at home at least. Give him something.
So right now, I'm just looking for somewhere to put my camera
You just
down.
have to say guys. Then everyone
Guys,
feels
listen.
included. Hey guys,
All right,
what's going on, guys?
I think this is good.
Okay, can we open?
Okay,
Go for it.
internet cyber.
This one's
Oh, that's a
pretty hard.
short. That's a short. Catwalk, I know it is. Short, it's got to be.
Do you play short by any chance, Henry?
I just know there's an internet cafe at short, but there might be a sign for it elsewhere. That's what I've got.
Is that an arrow pointing in the direction
Yeah,
on
I
the
think
back
it's
of the
above
piece?
the boxes of short where you can.
It should be because of that doorway.
Oh, look at the doorway.
Right
Yeah,
there.
okay, it looks like short.
I don't know. Well, yeah, you got
Yes.
it.
Okay, Henry, now.
All right, I thought I had you there.
All right, well, do we have any other mini games? Because right now, Henry's winning the, what are we calling this?
I got one for you.
That's CSGO hide and seek.
Okay.
Do you have a kick around?
Well, we can't do that.
Oh, yeah.
What else do we have in this map?
Got any smokes you can show us, Rush? You can do some quick lineups for us.
Yeah, you go somewhere around here. You aim
You
like
just go somewhere over here, throw it
somewhere
over
over there.
there.
It goes all the way down.
Rush,
and it's right there.
Can
Wow.
we show people what the map looks like when you fly outside it? Just the little villages
Oh, I don't know if
around
we're
the map?
allowed to do that.
I
Chad.
don't know where the skybox is on this map.
Just fly.
Oh, he's scared. He doesn't like leaving the boundaries of his safe
Come
space.
on, Rush. Let's go for an
Broken
adventure.
through.
Here we go.
How
It's a little
deep did it
village.
go?
I don't know where it is though.
Oh, no.
That's a problem.
Oh,
That's
no.
where
It'll
it
just
is.
go. It'll just go crazy looking. Look how crazy looking it is.
Yeah.
Let me
It
get
does.
back in it. Let
So
me
is
get
that
back in
half
there,
of your
please.
battle when you're finding cams? Is like making sure none of the poopy bits are visible?
A lot of the times, yes. Even here, like if I go a bit further up, you start to see like weird. Actually, that's all right.
That doesn't look too bad,
No,
actually.
that's actually quite good, actually. Let me
Yeah.
check. There's quite a few where. Oh, maybe Dust 2 is not too bad for it actually. A lot of the
Ooh.
other maps are a lot worse.
What's your favorite
Wait, what?
cam?
Can I see that B doors fly through cam? When on earth do you use that one?
I use it every now and then.
I mean, no, the other one. You had a close one, which was like sweeping into the site through the doors.
oh, this one. That one's a diffuse.
yeah.
cam.
Look at this. Oh, a diffuse
Yeah,
cam.
when they plant, over there.
Over there.
So, Rush, with these cameras, just so people at home maybe they're not too familiar with what an observer does, you create all these yourself, right?
Yes, I pick 2 points. I do most of mine in games. I'm a bit of a CSGO purist. I don't really use any external programs for the most part. But you can do more fancy stuff with other stuff for sure. But I just
So
set
you're just
one
setting
point,
2
one point,
waypoints?
and then I just set the time in between pretty much.
Do all of your cameras like move, or do you have any ones that are static?
Pretty much all of them move. Some of them are very slow. Like this one, you can't really tell it's moving, but it is slowly moving.
Going up, right? Just to
it's
kind of
just
keep
like-
that.
I like a tiny bit of movement, not too much. I made this camera for you guys. This one has a bit more movement.
Oh.
Haven't managed to use it yet. Wait, I made another one. I don't remember which one. Oh, I don't remember
You've
what
got
it
so
was.
many key
we were
bindings.
talking about it for the avant-garde smokes because we were doing CIS,
Yeah.
remember?
Oh, do
So
you
it was-
remember we asked about the drop down? You had a drop down to CT smoke with,
that
cam.
was, the little swoopy one, that was my drop
That
down
was our
for when
swoop.
they go in.
I loved it.
But people don't go to CT that often. I wish I made one for, where it kind of just goes back to the site. But
you
I
could,
did make
you could
one
make
from
it swing
here.
the other way, right?
So
Yeah,
the way I envisioned it was, okay, so it starts facing, like, looking at the A site, so like where the T's are. This makes sense. So like coming up short, you're coming up short, this is where the cam is. And then when Jax is about to jump down into the smoke, it follows him down, turns around, and sweeps into his CT.
There's like a little loop here or something.
Oh, yeah, maybe looks at the light for a bit. I don't know.
Yeah,
You can stunt on it. But...
Well, you might need two rush. You might be one that goes into CT and one that goes up the ramp.
Oh, and they like intersect.
Yeah, so if you can come up with that, that'd
like
be
something
all right.
like something like this, and then slap it into that.
Yeah, something like that, and then slap it into that. That's kind of how we were saying it.
All right.
For anyone that's just joined us and is wondering what on earth is going on here, Caster, stop talk, idiota. That's fine. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it. Just go ahead and press Alt F4 to report your feedback. But outside of that, we are waiting for Nivea. I just said I knew I was going to mess it up. Nivea. It's because I think his name sounds like a skincare product.
It definitely does.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nivea.
Maybe that's where he got the inspiration from.
Maybe.
We've all had inspiration for our nicknames.
But when your brother's called Scream,
yeah,
there's already, like a family of kind of aggressive names.
Yeah.
Nivea sounds like kind of a rare Latin name for a plant.
Okay.
The Nivea monoculus.
I'm following, yeah.
That's what I was going for.
I'm with you right there. Yeah, I don't know. We're running out of names because there's so many players and you don't want to share.
I've been having that issue on WoW. I was trying to name my fox today. Couldn't find a name for it. It's all gone.
Couldn't do machine.
Well, I don't like calling myself machine when there's pixies and wizards involved. It's not very wizardy.
Yeah. If you could rename yourself,
yeah.
if you go back to when you're a 12-year-old little boy and
oh,
that's good signs.
Nice.
What would you call yourself if you weren't machine?
Oh, to be fair, I don't know. I'm just glad that one stuck because I wasn't coming up with good names before. I was graphics, pox. That's pretty much
smallpox or
like just POX.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess smallpox probably
inspiration at some point.
That's not the word I would have used, but it's yeah. I tried to be a nuisance, I guess.
I would just have called myself Chad.
Yeah,
good name. Solid name.
The Henry G approach.
Yeah, like now as a 30-year-old man, and people occasionally go, "Hey, Sponge." Oh, okay, well,
you can be a 30-year-old sponge, dude.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Sponges have got longevity.
That's true.
As long as you treat it with respect.
They live in a pineapple under the sea as well, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I wonder who the Squidward of your life would be.
Can I have multiple personalities? Can I be Squidward and SpongeBob?
You are probably both, aren't you?
Mr.
Yeah, I'd
Krabby.
say if you broke down Chad's personality, probably leaning more towards Squidward than the happy-go-lucky SpongeBob
That's
SquarePants.
true, yeah.
Definitely not Patrick. Let me give you the hot tip.
No, I can be your Patrick Star.
No, you're a Squid. You definitely are a Squidward.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
I don't play the flute.
It's a clarinet he plays, I believe.
Sorry.
But good try.
What's the snail's name? Is it Gary?
Gary the Snail.
Gary the Snail. Yeah, he's always fun for a laugh.
He meows. Isn't that ironic?
He does.
He acts like a dog. He's a snail and he meows.
And then there's the mammal.
The mammal. Squirrel?
The squirrel.
The squirrel with the astronaut outfit.
Oh, what's her name? Sandy.
Wow, good memory.
SEO's pushed that one to us.
Thanks, Sandy.
So
SEO.
Statsman is on top of it.
So, round 21 coming up. Thank you for bearing with us and our absolute nonsense, but we're here to entertain you and bring you the action when it comes back on screen. That's right now. As GT look to close things out 2-0. It's been a long old evening in Counter-Strike here, burning the midnight oil almost. And we'll see Hunter challenge towards top of middle. Nivera, well, not really much to say about that one. Great shots on the tees, but G2 just didn't really seem to get anything off at all there. Kenny has to defend short.
Up they go, and he's going to find another one. XMS, just the brute force into the site, and there's nothing the remaining CTs can do. Amanex cooked up, locked in, and bomb will be planted.
Yeah, that's the round done. A very anticlimactic one after all that wait. Not a single kill found for G2. And their financial situation not looking great either. Get $2,900 into the next round. So it's going to be more eco territory for them. A partial buy around these 2 and 4s.
They're lucky that we will most likely forget about that 2-on-5 situation that they did lose because of the timeout.
I'm not going to forget about a 2v5 you lost if you throw away a 13-2 lead. I'm not going to forget about that.
Well, they won't forget about that because the third map brewing in the sidelines, and considering Heretics now have been able to steady and put what will be 4 rounds in a row on the board here.
They're comfortable.
Yeah, and the money situation, well, the 3,400 will come on through in the following round for G2 Esports. So here they will probably opt for just a partial investment. And maybe we can check in with Sandy the Squirrel again, because this should be another one of these rounds that is relatively quick, I would say.
Or not.
That's true.
Could be very, very slow
Well,
on the other foot.
Partially buying.
Well, how much are they going to invest?
That's about it.
Surely. Can't get much deeper. So an incendiary for Hunter, though. What's he got in mind for that? We'll be heading towards Longer to try and get it in towards the double doors to persuade them to go elsewhere, and it works out at least for the initial idea. Mac, are we falling back?
There was 3 Ts on their way there, and well, it does enable them to take that in an early space. Gives them a chance. At the very least, 3 CTs defending the B site. And 2 dug in on long. So that's their approach. They've got nades, 4 of them that they're holding on
there's
to.
the cam.
Oh, we used it. Hey, it's kind of fun when we recognize the cameras. And those nades, if they go anywhere further than this line, those nades, oh, they're going to throw them towards short. That's a flash to get across. It's nice. It's something, but it should still very well be the Heretics.
This is great.
The
This is actually great.
Could do big damage here. If they time it well, they've got across 3 players there from B undetected. The flashbang was enough for them to not get any information. If they go back towards the B split, well,
really?
everything is completely off the cards. But back towards short they go. You can see they've got 3 HEs. They need a full commitment towards short. They could get maybe 1 kill from the actual 3 grenades. It's all about the damage they inflict.
Yeah, bomb's going B.
Wow, this is insane. I thought that G2 did a fantastic job, but clearly...
They're going to bait out the grenades as well with this flash. When it comes, the flash comes in, they'll throw the grenades. No, Hunter's close and doesn't hear anything.
Ooh, still, those nades aren't going to do much. Too much time has passed. It's too obvious now. They will be going towards the B
If they know
side.
the plan in 15 seconds, they somehow bounce the grenades to the default spot, but unfortunately XMS is there. Yeah, there'll be no funny business this time.
1 nade did get through, and you saw how much damage it did. It caught like 4 members of Heretics, but now retreating with that AK, trying to land the hero spray, and Hunter does manage to tap away. So that's going to be another rifle around. Amanek repositioning into CT with his P2K. He's hoping he can catch someone on the exit.
If we get to Mirage, which is the 3rd map for those people just tuning on in right now, I start to favor Heretics. I really haven't been convinced by the G2 Mirage. Maybe it's just me, having seen them have Nexa and Hunter need to have massive plays to bail them out in certain scenarios. It will be a tough map. There's no 2 ways about that right there. And, well, this will be round 9 on the board.
Not bad. Another kill. No one can retrieve that.
Well, let's save the AK at least for Hunter, so that's something. And we'll get into the next round here. XMS shuts down any prospect of the grenades being delivered towards the B bomb site. I don't think it would have done much either way. When I said they could deny the plant, it would have to be 3 perfectly bounced grenades on top of the planter, and then still not even guarantee you'd find that kill. So, impact player of the round will be XMS. He's had some massive moments here today, a 1-on-3. And we'll see if this is enough now for Heretics to take us into double digits. They've got 5 in a row after a disastrous round from G2. We've had plenty of those today from them. Massive advantages. And it's a common trend, especially in these last couple of months. Just big leads, 5-on-3s, overcommitting to them and forgetting that they have to play for the bomb. It's normally happening on their CT side is when they give up those huge advantages.
Round 23. Those advantages won't keep coming if they aren't met with some follow-through. Amanek's going to be pulling out the secondary orb. Sometimes this is the change a CT side needs. And other times it can be exploited by something fast. No stop incendiary this time towards long. They're actually going for a straight up middle. Hello, Hunter. He's going to find one. Lucky with his knife out, and that's enough. He can get out of there. Mission accomplished. It came a lot sooner than he anticipated, but now a man advantage, and they do lose long.
Yes, they do, but it's a double AWP setup, so Kenny S can look towards that position, anticipating the flash to kick things off. An ambitious shot, won't connect. Second one, same story. Navarro just baiting those shots out and trying to get them control of the pit if possible. They actually got 4 players towards long right now, so they get Mackin towards the pit. No real reason to challenge towards that position. You got Nexa confirming that B is cleared. So this is huge. So much intel here.
Opening kill. Lots of information.
3 towards A and a man advantage. Kenny S with an AWP.
Still not certain. Nade looks very good. Does
Bang.
huge damage. A spray from Jax would be even more lethal now. And you can see why. Navira's going to get to the site with 15 HP. We finished off by Hunter. Just knocks him down. And another one. Jax playing around that smoke perfectly. It leaves just 2. 35 seconds. Kyo's having a shooting gallery right now. He's on for his 3rd frag. Maka could clear this guy out. He spots him and executes Kenny S. This could be another throwaway from G2. Amanek, he's in a lot of trouble. can't seem to hit the shot. Finally, it comes through, but my God, by the skin of their teeth, 14's found.
Another 2-on-5 situation almost fell awry there. That was very close. G2 get through, but still a very expensive round. And that's another opportunity for Heretics to win this follow-up, get double digits, shut their money down, and we can have a very close game. Kiyoshima, he knows that these rounds, G2, even the bombs are being planted, they love a challenge here. 14-9, Mac 10 for Lucky, and no one's got a helmet on the entirety of the G2 squad.
If he just finds the right timing on that Mac 10, he could really do...
Well, that's gone.
Yeah, that's out of there. Smoke, wallbang, headshot.
If anything, that's probably the most valuable kill to get this round, just because of the helmet situation. That wouldn't have been anticipated. He could get multiple kills. Now it wouldn't even be a factor. They wouldn't even think about it going forward. So that's huge. So a contact B play looks very likely, but we've got Nexo at the back, a very capable B player with Hunter as well. Good flashbang for his teammate, mainly for him, and should be able to shut them down. That's a great shot from XMS. He really is great at getting those opening kills, and that's Nivera. Great work. I dare say they won't be able to get back into this B-bomb site.
Yeah, it feels like it's lost already.
Or the bomb's not in.
But the wallbangs are hitting, and the bomb's not yet through. Kio's trying to sell something, keeps Jax busy, but he's focused now on towards the B site. The bomb has yet to commit. There's still 60 seconds. Kio could get caught here. He jumps, he survives, he frags.
They love a push. They haven't planted the bomb yet. I can't stress that enough. And it will be Kenny pushing the double doors alone, meeting two players and giving them an advantage.
What are Heretics doing though? Letting Nivera go on his own towards the A bomb site? He has the bomb, that's great, but that's the bomb down now. What are they doing?
They know where it is. That's enough for G2 to work with. Kio down to 34 and not picked up the bomb.
Oh, Jax could be in trouble here. What is this round?
The bomb's A, Mac is B, Amanek coming up short. And Kio's positioned himself with the knowledge that he knows where Amanek's coming from. So this next frag is everything. He goes for the quick flick. Now he knows Mac is beneath him as well and leaping to his death. That will be Heretics taking 10, and that is the weirdest round of Counter-Strike I've cast in some time. Mac is fragging the A defense, the bomb's on its own, it's loose, it's on A.
Yeah, not the prettiest from both teams there. Very questionable decisions, not sure why G2 continue to challenge with advantages and feel like they have to go through choke points on the CT side instead of waiting for the bomb. And it will be the 10 for Heretics. We said if they won that round, money's going to be problematic. It'll be an eco as we get into round number 25.
I liked what Kio did there when he continued running into the site to draw the attention of Jax. That allowed Maka to pick from the B double doors, which nobody would be expecting, and it forces Jax into an open position, right? So that was very well played if we break down the details of that round. But in terms of G2's approach, they knew that the B bomb site was open. They knew that Kio was over towards Cat. I think they wanted to isolate a duel there, but Kio was thinking on his feet, dropping his own Xbox smoke. It's good stuff that we're seeing here. It just looks very chaotic.
Yeah, they're going for some nades here on the B info. As soon as they see anyone, they'll be throwing. Oh, just as he looks away.
That was the timing.
That was the perfect window, and now the nades do come in. They inflict some good damage, but you'll need some follow-up damage to make it worthwhile. Unfortunately, Nexa can only muster, two with his Desert Eagle. And unfortunately for G2, that is pretty much all. You can see the patience. They're going to be making sure that they do cross their T's and dot their I's with the smoke tons. Molotov towards the window, but this round is over.
Can I walk you through the cycle of what happens potentially for the rest of this game? It's 11 on the board right now.
Yeah.
Let's live in a hypothetical world with 3,400 as the loss bonus going into the next, that G2 buy up and they lose, right? So they'll have to take another save. That means that they would have conceded 12 rounds, and the 13th most likely is a partial. They lose that one as well. At that point, right, they have themselves 2 more gun rounds left in the game. But it's very likely that Heretics can battle on back, right? It's very likely with the way that this cycle goes, it feels a bit like a trash compactor or a recycler, right? They have a gun round, they lose, they take a partial. They have a gun round, they lose, they take a partial. That could be the flow-on effects for the remainder of this half. There's a world where that happens.
Nice kill, nice AK. Jax will keep hold of that. But yes, partial then lose on those full guns. It can become a very vicious cycle for the CTs. Nivera getting the 3 and the impact player for that round, catching up to the rest of his teammates now. He's only breaking double digits once he finds another. Quiet one from Nivera, different opponent this time, different kettle of fish it seems for him.
Again, one more round for G2 will relieve a lot of pressure, but it's not looking great. Ever since losing that woeful third round, they've given up 7 in total, just picking up one of their own. Kirishima tagged, but shots he's been hitting probably going to be absolutely fine. Jack's isolated now. They've been focusing on his position. They normally drop the Molotov in. They've got a player boosting up on blue bin as well. Jax needs a lot of help, and no one's really with him. Nexa will come join in, but no grenade to speak of. Jax with the double flashbang potential here, but it's looking too good for Heretics. They should be fine, as Jax will get out of the pit at least, gets that first kill. Now he's got the flashbangs and see what he can do with it.
Yeah, and if he's clever, I don't know if he's anticipating blue bin at all. I feel like as soon as that smoke fades, it's a quick tap from Keo. But now they're checking, and now they've spotted the drop-off. There's 2 trapped in the blue bin position. This has gone horribly for Heretics. Maka trying to get out. The bomb's on long. They have to retrieve it. It looks like the CTs are going to let them do so.
Yeah, this round's still open. The fact that they can get this bomb, Maka's still alive. We've already got Lucky close towards the mid doors. This is where he found success in the 2-on-5 situation that they're able to win. They have to stop him here at Cat. If they don't take Lucky out of the equation, this round's open.
He's going to get the shot. There it is. It's going to be Hunter to go down. Back to the 2-on-2 here. Double orbs as well. I don't think they're going to have much of a good time here. It's always such a difficult procedure. 30 seconds remaining. Mac has got the bomb. All he has to do is once he gets it across, he can even throw it across, which he does. Trying to bait out the shot as well. And it's across, and it's actually gone terribly wrong now. G2 who's giving up another round at this point. I think that's guaranteed.
And they're not even opting to save. They're trying to finish the game here. That's not the percentage play. The percentage play with 14 rounds on the board is probably to drop on back, but Amanek, he's got something to say.
Pistol would do it.
Oh, my lord. He actually had a chance. Lucky with such low HP. He lives to tell the tale. That's another impact round from Lucky. He had it on Nuke. He's had it on Dust 2 already, and we had a 2v5, and they've gone and got that one as well. Another advantage squandered by G2. They throw it away. They're not interested. And now, once again, the partial. Chad's already highlighted how the cycle looks.
This is one of the worst showings we've had from Kenny in back-to-back maps in a while, right? I'd have to go check the stats just to double-check because there's been so much CS lately, but he was a non-factor in the first map they were able to win of Nuke, it felt like. Very, very quiet. And here, he's only got 14 kills to his name, and he's the primary AWPer who on a map like Dust 2, he normally owns this.
Yeah, frags are coming in thick and fast. Kenny absent. They're crossing over towards long. A great shot from Jax, to be fair, and he's actually tagged up Maka as well. He wants to finish the job, but he wasn't expecting that spray from XMS. Fully blind, collects the frag. Kenny's got a flash that might set Nexa up for something. It's very effective. He doesn't have to peek on that flame either, and now Maka's the low HP player. If he could just put one more bullet into him, he does. Nexa's got 3 to find, and XMS not interested. He is certainly looking very sharp. 29 kills from XMS. If Heretics take us to that third map, it would be down to him and some of the frags he's managed to find across this series.
Down to G2 as well, I would say.
Yeah,
a lot of advantages given away. And another massive landslide scoreline with an open round against the Eco. They gave up a number 3, and it's led them to this position. They've got 1 round while they've picked up 9 on the Heretic side.
So it's a 9 to 1 half. Smoke long doors. And a smoke for the cross. 2 CTs invested to contest early. It's typically Jax who's left to his own devices after the initial exchange. Wow, where's Maka off to?
Oh, this is insane. They're throwing caution to the wind. They did this on Nuke. Remember XMS on the roof? They don't care anymore. They're just going balls to the wall.
He hits the no-scope.
Come on.
He's hitting it all. Look at the amount of space.
This round's done already.
Yeah, definitely. Put a fork in it. It's done.
But that means the game is likely done here as well, because it's only 3,400 as the loss bonus going into the next round.
They're going to try and save all 4 weapons though, right?
They're going to get hunted. There's no reason, you know, that they're going to let them hold on to this. This is over. We're definitely going to a third.
Just to save now.
We really didn't need this today, I'll be honest with you, but lovely stuff. It's going to be G2 with 3 players surviving, and yeah, the money's going to be in a very difficult spot. That's if they can keep all 3 players alive. It's still going to be battered and bruised here. Nivera more than happy to challenge, and it's getting scrappy now, but they've got money at least, not a massive amount.
Survive! Whew, okay, they will, with at least 3 rifles. Heretics, they can do this. They're starting to feel themselves. This initiative taken by Maka, he just assumes the site is clear, and that assumption does collect into a round.
That's ridiculous.
This no-scope.
That is ridiculous.
Hits.
That is insane. How does he hit that?
Yeah, straight through the wall. You can see the blood splatter. He has confirmed he hit it. Oh, yeah, the tense music. Last timeout, last chance for G2 Esports. What was the halftime score? 10-5?
I
11-4.
believe
11 to
11-4.
4, even better in favor of G2. They posted 3.
And they won the pistol too. Follow it up, 2-0.
What was the round that Lucky, was it round 18, the first
It was
gun
round
round?
18.
So it's round 18 that Lucky gets the 2 kills out mid to B and they win a 2-on-5 situation. From there, it's been one-way traffic. We're currently at 14-14. G2 in map 1, they did the same thing. A bunch of blunders, but they converted. Same position right now. Their last buy, the double AWPs are out. If they can't convert here, let's get on to Mirage.
Yeah, this is a battle for the 3rd map. It essentially happens here. Every choice that a Heretics make can take them closer to a fresh start on Mirage. Jax is pushing up behind them. Navira's waiting for it. He crouches under the aim, but it doesn't convert into a kill. Kyo will be sent packing.
You can see that they've had enough of this now. They've realized they've thrown away way too many rounds. They need to try and force the issue here. They've rushed up towards top and middle. There's actually 5 towards long
Kenny.
for Heretics, and Kenny has been underwhelming to say the very least here on Dust 2. He'll be smoked off again. They're just punishing him over and over. Good grenade, decent incentive, and Navera's already broken through. He's going to get a kill here. And, well, apparently not. This is the first advantage we've had in a while for G2. Hunter overcommits again.
Good damage.
Good damage towards Lucky. But Kenny, he needs to start finding some kills now. Can he find the first here? Looking with tunnel vision on that smoke. They can leap above that.
Their smokes did enough to slow down the plant. Now across, a new challenge is born. Maka, though, he can hold that Gandalf peak from Kenny. He's pretty much trapped himself in. As soon as these smokes fade, Maka will see Kenny if he lets go of crouch.
They'll smoke off spawn. Oh, I just don't like the positioning from G2 here. It looks like you're giving them a plan and a chance to reposition as well. They've got a player still in towards B. The bomb's going down at A, but Kenny S, he'll find him. Doesn't need to overcommit. Needs his teammates now. Don't give away the free frag. Oh, goodness. Next up, it's coming. 2-on-2, down to 1.
Kyo looking for a 1v4 to secure match point. Or rather, for them to take it to Mirage. Jack's closing in on long and he hits it. I can't believe it. It's only Amanek. Kenny, he had done so much, and Amanek, he can finish it right here. He needs to hit the shot. He can't do it. Kyo, they called him the problem, and he's taken the French all the way. What a comeback. What a clutch.
Amazing scenes there from Heretics. They've done it. G2, I dare say they've thrown it, but it's still amazing clutch from Kiyoshima here. This is remarkable stuff, but it's the Orcs. It's Amanek who had no chance there. And we just down to another amazing play from Kiyoshima. G2 offering them up for free. As we'll see the final round come in, they'll be looking to close this out in regulation. And they've got the advantage here. Luckily, the money's okay for the G2 squad, looking to take us to overtime after 11-4 first half in their favor, winning the pistol in the second half, and then just one of the worst CT sides we've ever seen them post.
Yeah, the CT side's normally so good.
You even described it as some of the best you've ever seen, Chad.
Yeah, just the way that they would play retake, and they were treating it like it was Source for a while there when we were getting a lot of those cat executes out. They were fantastic at that. They always had Jax and Nexa pushing long for information. When they lost control, they had aggression towards upper tunnels. But we heard from Kenny in an interview not that long ago that they are a bit worried that teams know their tendencies in the way they like to approach the map. Well, they haven't been doing any of those tendencies here, and they're one round away from taking us to a third.
Off we go. Flashing Hunter into the pit. They stop the early long aggression. And Heretics will start their project up middle. Makat will just hold this angle as his teammates continue to progress.
So just the M4s and not much else. Bare bones utility. Kenny S hasn't had much fun here towards A. Still on 16.
This is what you were talking about, Chad. This is the Hunter and Jax pushing.
So they've timed it well, but this means that we've left Kenny S completely isolated towards A. But judging by the setup right now, they won't fully commit, at least for a good 10 seconds or so.
Brilliant from the CTs. They just smoked off short. That will buy enough time for this flank to come in.
I don't like the crosshair setup. Navera's on chance for 2 here, but there's the first. 3 kills for G2. Now, this is where they would start overcommitting, pushing. They've had plenty of 4-on-2 scenarios fall against them here. This would be the worst defender of them all. 30 seconds remaining. They've got 2 HEs in a smoke. No AWP. Kenny S just needs to hit one of these shots. First one won't be his.
A second chance for Lucky and Kyo, and he lives to tell the tale. He knows. Why does it look like they're under so much pressure? They're putting it under themselves.
They're just crumbling a little bit.
They're crumbling.
Here.
Yeah, they're mentally
They're
falling
so
apart.
nervous. Look at them. Lucky can just take all this space. Kyo's already got one. Hunter is quaking in his boots. He's vibrating, and he goes down. They're going to plant. No, not like this. Kyo could get another. Nexa, however, onto one. Lucky to clutch again. It nearly happens. We're off to overtime, but I can't believe what I'm watching. G2 have lost their soul. They have had it sucked from them through constant losses in these clutch scenarios from the Heretics. And they're looking like shadows of their former selves as we venture into overtime, folks. I'm feeling quite confident. What did I say, 22-19, Chad?
Yeah, I think that you may be winning this one, Alex. I cannot believe that audacious prediction, approximately an hour and a bit ago, is coming true.
Especially after that first half. I thought I was like, okay, I'm miles off.
It was
here.
another one. The first half of Nuke was the same. Remember, the scoreline was 11-1 at one point.
Yep, it was, yeah, and the exact same thing happened. They lost that 1 versus 3 to XMS on Nuke in the vents, and then all hell
I've clipped
broke
it, Henry.
loose.
Don't you worry
They just
about
stab
it,
each other? Or no, it must have been a wallbang. Carrying on. Nothing to report, and now Hunter starting this overtime off very early with the blood. And there could be a second Maka, as if he's going for that. Madness.
You can see in terms of the confidence and assertive nature, it's Heretics that are really looking much sharper out there right now. G2 shrinking, backing themselves into a corner. These rounds they're winning are very questionable, even with the huge advantages. It always seems up for debate whether they'll close it out. But they have found overtime. Bit of a reset mentally as we get up to the long doors. Kenny S still on 16.
He should have at least one here, but nice wide spacing. They come into the crosshairs of Jax. He guns the dink. Tucking in on Car. Oh, Kenny looking indecisive again. So at 60-second mark and a 3v3, they turn tail. They plan to go and they'll look at the floor here so as not to be spotted crossing from the gaze of Amanek's AWP. And he will spot Wolf. Actually, Maka wants to take that fight, and it's going to cost him his life, maybe even cost him the round, because now Navira, with low HP, he's had to opt for the AWP. Getting that bomb into the B site will become a whole lot more difficult because Amanek, he doesn't have to give them the easy fight.
If he dies, the B bomb site's open. It becomes a 2v2, so he needs at least one, and that's good stuff.
This is surely where G2 will take the lead once again. Kiyoshima, though, had a fantastic clutch a couple of rounds ago. Oh, almost opened his count there towards the B tunnels, but it will be the first of overtime landing in favor of G2. They'll remain with a double AWP setup as well. And should be more of the same from Heretics here. His Maka, he's looking really dangerous right now. A quick scope towards the double doors. I thought there was a chance, but a good shot from Amanek. A couple of them to close out this round towards B through the smoke. Starting to find a bit of favor now. 16-15. Fourth overtime of the day, boys. We are on the golden run today.
Maybe if we go to that third map of Mirage, we can get a couple of more in there. And
I guess it's the fifth. We had a double overtime as well, right? So.
Well, that's right. Yeah. We need as many as we can get.
So, flashbang and a bit of a B push on the agenda here. Kiyoshima's more than ready for it. They could even line up for a double kill.
Nearly. Good grief, that could have changed everything, and it might still. They're actually rotating into that, interestingly enough.
Yeah, well, because they pushed forward and took information, he even did a lot of damage there to Hunter. They're well aware that, well, we can change this up, we can take that back right now. It's the tendencies of G2 that they've looked on into.
Yeah, look, they've smoked tons and rotated off.
Yeah, ever since I made that statement about G2 doing their old plays, they started to do it. The tunnel pushes, the long pushes are coming on. They might even walk straight through this. If they walk straight through this, they are insane.
Yeah, they are. Walking in now, and Hunter, oh, he's so screwed. They've got nades, they've got Molotovs, and they are bullets as well. Into the site they go. It's a 3v3. G2 can't afford to let this one go. Amanek's just going to try and fight he does. Catches one. Bomb loose. The plant not gone down. Kenny can contest as best he can, but it is only the AWP on the doors. Nade will do nothing. Trying to bait him in. Kenny just pushes the smoke. There's nothing Jax can do now.
Yeah, they're not really syncing up in these key rounds here. It's Mako who's looking unstoppable. Another brilliant round from him. Kenny S running in with the AWP. Really wasn't going to work out for him. And still 16-24. Purchases up the final AWP of overtime here. 1-1 right now. Who will be taking the edge? You'd assume it's Heretics and on the T side. So if G2 can get a 2-1, maybe they can still do this. But as far as I'm concerned, it's Heretics that are looking like the better squad right now.
Yeah, looking really good. Maka with the quad kill to start us off, and Pulls the trigger. This time won't be finding any early damage. Trying to get their player set up on Xbox fast. Amanek's aware of it, but Nivera, oh wow, this is so fast. This is going to catch him off. He jumps for the info. Now scarpering to the site. He does get away. Whew, okay, so opening damage doesn't look lethal for anyone just yet. We can all calm down. Catch your breath, fill your lungs to be hit.
Yeah, get ready for it.
Dribble smoke.
The problem with that lurk smoke is it always baits in the same reaction. You know he's going to be up close and personal, and maybe that's where they want Nexa to be. The rotation, it's stuck behind a mid to B smoke. This is it.
He tries to use the smoke to disappear, and it's worked, but only for one. Lucky catches him as he advances. It's working again. Heretics, they've found a weakness, identified it, and exploited it here in overtime. Looking for the plant, looking very good, but Maka could get... Wow, he looked like he could have got caught, but Jax goes down with a knee-jerk reaction from the French Orb. He's looking great. Kenny again just doing absolutely nothing. 17-16, yes, I echo the sentiments of you. Heretics looking much more fired up and much more set to take us to 3.
I think it was pretty much personified in that round where they had a 4-on-2 advantage, and they were just cowering in the corner, scared to take any duels. They lost their mojo. You can see that they are really struggling mentally to hold on to this game. They've lost the lead again, and I feel like it's just a matter of time before Heretics throws this out. They just need one round to secure double overtime, 2 for the victory. And we'll see Kenny S. Still hasn't posted a kill in about 10 rounds, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to go back and have a look right now.
Yeah, when was the last time we saw a Kenny S kills? I've been saying 16 for a while here. And Dust 2, you're dead on. Like, this is a map he normally absolutely wrecks house.
He did find an AWP kill in the round that Keo clutched, the 1v4, but that was the last frag, and it was kind of in vain.
So it's the first round of G2's T-side in our first overtime on the second map of the final series today. First one going all the way. Into overtime for our second. G2 started strong and have lost their mojo. This looks like Maka's positioned in such an aggressive manner that
well, I was about to say, Nexa didn't even know he'd been spotted there, so that was precarious to say the very least. A finish coming up here. Kirishima has been excellent on Dust 2. Takes a bit of flame damage here, and the HE probably does a ton of damage here. Not quite behind Jax there. He's got a bit of a one-way smoke, and if you've seen this position, I've said it before, it's gone out of meta, but every now and then, teams will overlook it, and that's going to be Jax removed of Kenny S as they do find Mad Point not really having to break a sweat at all. Just 1 kill given away. A throwaway B split from G2. They didn't even check the boost ball. Smoke CT spawn from what I could see there.
Yeah, I'm going back and having a look at this right now. Kenny's had 2 AWP kills on the CT side. That's not including overtime. Yeah, that's in regulation. And I think he has a total of 5 kills in the second half, and 3 of those came within the first 2 rounds. So a very, very quiet showing from the specialist on the AWP, and I think this will be it right here. Let's get ourselves ready for Mirage.
Yeah, 5 kills away. Heretics on G2's map pick, no less, have managed to do it all. 18, 1 away from Mirage. Lucky lines up his nade thanks to the sound and doesn't get too much just yet. Lining up their A smokes. It's an element of overthinking that does come part and parcel with the comeback of your opponent. Let's see if G2 fall into that and... Oh, they want to get Jax down. Trying to use him to posture around this. There's only one player that's ready to take that fight. XMS, he can hear this. And Manek not ready for that angle. Even gets a second wall flash. He's 3, 4 frags. My goodness, Kenny's the only one to get something for G2. Triple kill in favor of XMS. Heretics, they're going all the way. They want to take us to 3. Maka confirming it. It's just Kenny. He's found 1. He's found another, but it's all over. 19-16. We're going to 3 maps, folks. G2 fall on Dust 2.